This is the Spiritual Tea Report with your host, Hathor Sakama L. And today we're getting into some love quickies. And the three love quickies I'm going over are DDG and India Love as requested, Krishan Rock and Hood Trophy Bino, although I've heard that they broken up. And we're also going to go over Papoose and Clarissa Shields because I know y'all want to know why are they together and why is Clarissa so stuck on him. I got answers for that. So first we're going to get into DDG and India Love. Keep in mind these are love quickies, so I'm not doing my regular love and compatibility that goes a bit longer. We're going to go over each couple very quickly to just look at them and do an update on how they're doing and what they're about spiritually. So let's get into this about DDG and India Love. DDG's birthday is October the 10th, 1997, and his soul contract numbers break down to 118. India Love's birthday is February the 3rd, 1996, and her soul contract numbers break down to 237. Keep in mind, I do a different type of numerology. It's not life path. And let's get into just talking about them and how they nurture each other. It's a high energy. These two are very much in the higher energy are dealing with just absorbing each other. So it's almost like for this energy, DDG finds it that he can work with her. He can deal with her on a work basis. And, India loves the way that DDG talks, his creativity. But there's a problem with these two where DDG feels good about how he is the leader, how he's in control of things. India is not feeling that energy. In the lower energy of these two and how they deal with each other, it's really causing some identity issues. And especially for India, not DDG. How they think together is this energy of four. So their higher energy is that they work together. They work really well together. Um, and that's why people say that they are what they say, husband and wife type of work type of thing, where she says that's her work husband. That is truly how they think. Um, as long as DDG feels like he could control the show and actually his words are heard, then he likes that. And India works well with him by making him feel good, making things better. So he can talk to her and she'll be like, I think you could do it this way, or this is how you can improve this. And he appreciates that. They're coming from two different worlds. The lower energy is two, where they have a hard time always being in a union, and this can cause some duality. With that duality, they both go their separate ways and say, hey, well, this is how I think, this is how you think. So this is not a relationship. This is not all about romance. Yes, and the nurturing aspect, they have this higher energy of three where that can bring into some sexual feelings, some we could have a good time, but there's a lot of ones in their compatibility. And when I see this, there's a power struggle. There's a power struggle between India and DDG. We're looking at, I forgot to say that about them. We're looking at a Libra and an Aquarius. So this is a lot of air energy. This is a lot of we're in our own mind, we're in our own space. So air and air, they can understand some things of how they think, but they're going to definitely think differently. And this is about who is boss. 2025, we're looking at them, having a good time being on social media, being social, doing things together. Again, DDG likes this time when he's with India Love. He can really be creative. He can talk with her. And India just sees this as work. She sees this as business. But then their lower energy is one. So they're still having these identity issues. They're still having this energy of where it causes India, when she can't be herself, it causes her psychological issues with DDG. And for him, he's already looking to transition from her and find something new. So that's why you seen that, him doing the show and all of that. That this really is just business. By 2026, they are still focusing on information and the money, but it looks like DDG is going to go his way. He's in the year of nine, so he's more so going to be focused on what he wants to do. And you also see India going in a transition of, and when I say transition, it means that they're moving on. They're going on to something that they feel that is better. We still have a power struggle over who is boss, who's who. So it almost looks like DDG is going to go his way or his own way and really not deal with India like that as far as money situations. It's just like, if I need you, I need you, and she's okay with that. So in this love quickie, I'm just looking at DDG and India love. I'm stamping them as a business type of relationship. It's not going to last long, but they could probably remain friends because they're both air signs, and air signs usually really don't give a fuck. Let's go on to Krishan Rock, a Hood Trophy Beano. Krishan Rock's birthday is March the 14th, 2000, and she's a Pisces, and her soul contract numbers break down to 352. Hood Trophy Bino is a Capricorn, and his birthday is January the 8th, 2000, and his numbers break down to 182. They're both 25 years old, so they have not gone through their Saturn's return. But there is a little something special that I found out about Krishan Rock and Hood Trophy Bino. And the thing about this is they're there definitely some past life energy. So let me get into how they nurture each other. There has to be some order with these two. Capricorns don't play that. They don't like all that energy. So Christian Rock has a lot of energy to be grounded, and Hood Trophy, is here for it. I don't think he's done with her. He said that he is, but I don't think he's truly done with her because they definitely have an energy together from past lives. And with this past life energy, he's there to bring some structure in her life. This is something new for Krishan that she is taking in. And usually, how he brings that structure in is that he talks to her. He knows how to deal with her and talk with her. Um, that's the energy. Their higher energy is 4. Their lower energy is 2. So this is where the duality comes, and then we have the power struggle, where if Hood Trophy Bino feels like he's not being heard, he's going to go his way, and Krishan Rock is going to do the same. She's going to go her way. So we got two headstrong individuals that they definitely have duality in between them, where they'll go against each other. How they think also needs structure. So going on tour and living in hotels and doing how they doing, they need to actually operate in a house, and that would probably be better, and it actually have some type of structure, especially for a Capricorn. They need routine. So the sporadic energy that Krishan gives, that's a no-go for Hood Trophy Bino. But going back to how they think, is that, Krishan is a person who really needs to express herself, and she likes to be able to be heard. Krishan is very reflective of this energy. From what I'm seeing, she's reflective of the structure that he gives for her mind. It really helps her to um, go outside of herself, and sometimes um, try to see things from a different perspective, but also it makes her go internally to see some things about herself. Um, Her Trophy Bino gives that to her, and with that structure, he can be very energetic with it. Um, he knows how to deal with Krishan's energy, and it's helpful, but it can also get him up there because, like you've seen in some of the video clips, is that he has to really stand up to Krishan. Krishan will definitely run over him if he doesn't. So I don't see a Capricorn backing down. Um, just the lower energy is when it's too much energy, and when it's too much energy, Hood Trophy Bino feels like he has to overtalk, and that over talking turns Krishan dualistic. She changes up. She's not the same. She's going to do her two fish type thing. Pisces always are flipping at times, and she'll flip in that energy. Although she'll reflect and go internal and external to understand what he's saying and the structure he's trying to give, she's always trying to, take all of that in. Sometimes it's too much. And when it's too much, she flips and she goes to a different energy, where I did just recently see her out with her siblings in Baltimore, and they were at some type of club or whatever. I don't know. We didn't see Hood Trophy Bino with her. So that's where she flips, and it's mentally, is that she can't always take all the energy from him, all the words that he has to give her. She doesn't like always to have all of that. This year these guys are again needing some type of structure. It's funny because their high energy across is 444, and when we see the 444, that is angelic. This is a relationship that actually had to happen. This is soulmate energy with these two from what I'm reading. But this year 2025, these two are in a state of, it's like family. There is some structure that Krishan needed. I don't know if she can actually deal with so much of this structure. It was good for her mentally, this year, the structure. This is good for her mind. This is good for social media, then being around people. It's like you've been seeing one big family for sure. And this is good for both her and Hood Trophy Bino. But then again, we have this duality that can be within this union. There is a lot of differences of how they go about things. 2026, if they get back together, I'm seeing Krishan Rock and Hood Trophy Bino having Krishan Rock having another child. I can see her having another child. They have some high energy. They're going to both be in the year of three. So it's a lot of ups and downs. There will be probably, we're together, we're not together, we love each other. Because when we look at this 369 energy, anytime I see 369 energy is I love you, hate you type of energy. And it's also enough energy to make a child. So Krishan, if you don't want to have another baby, definitely watch out for that with him, because that could definitely happen with this Pisces and Capricorn. Now let's get into Papoose and Clarissa Shields. They are both Pisces. Papoose' birthday is March the 5th, 1978, and his soul contract numbers is 357. Clarissa Shields' birthday is March the 17th, 1995, and her soul contract numbers are 386. Papoose is 47 and Clarissa Shields is 30, which is good because this is a time where she should be looking for a husband. She can settle down, and they have a gap in the age, but this what I'm seeing is it's definitely twinning. This is something that this relationship was meant to happen. It could be a lesson because when it's soulmate energy or it's twin energy, which I'm seeing is some twin energy, it's usually for lessons. Now, if it will develop into them actually getting married, I'm not for sure, because what Papoose is still married to Remy Ma. I don't think the divorce has even happened yet. But anyway, going on to how Papoose and Clarissa Shields love each other, their nurturing aspect is 6. So they're good for each other's mind. Their higher energy is 6, which is a good thing, meaning that they can be socially active with each other. They nurture each other's minds. They help each other. But then we're looking at Papoose, that sometimes she can help him reflect because they act alike. They're very much similar. They're both in the month of March. They're both Pisces. So sometimes he sees himself within her, and she does too. So this helps them their mind. They nurture each other by knowing each other's mind and how they act, their personality. So they'll reflect each other. And the lower energy is 0. So they're really lovey-dovey with the energy. This is sexual energy. This is good sexual energy where they could definitely make a child, but then I look at this energy of that they will sometimes need their space and to do things alone and then come back together. Or if they live with each other and they were my clients, I would tell them to have Their separate spaces where Clarissa have a office or something, or a woman cave, or Papoose have a man cave. I don't know if they live with each other, but it's good that sometimes they have their space and their separation. So how they come and think together is a four. And that's the higher energy, is that they need structure, they need organization, they work like a business partners. And you basically see that because Papoose, I believe, is Carissa's manager. He's some type of management to her. And he usually is a talker. So when he's talking to Clarissa, he's giving her some type of order. And this could be a reflective type of energy because he knows, it's like him saying, when I say this to you, I'm saying this to myself, type of thing. And she receives that energy, and it's good for her. The lower energy is three, so sometimes it could be too much. It could be too much, and Clarissa may feel like she's not always heard, or she's going to get to yelling about how she feels. She's going to get up there, and when she does that, Papoose switches up. It becomes dualistic for him, and he doesn't always like that. So that's where I even go back to that they need their separate spaces at times. This year, 2025, the higher energy between the two of them is a four. So there's still a business as usual. This is a business type of relationship. It's a twin relationship where it's this twin energy where they come together for structure, for things that Clarissa needs and Papoose needs. And just looking at the energy that Papoose gets from managing Clarissa, she brought him into another world. He's learning the business of boxing and dealing with a boxer, and this energy of him grounding her and helping her because she's so much like him really gives her a boost in her identity. But then we still have this power struggle because the lower energy is one where a lot of times Clarissa just wants to be heard. And I really feel like that could be the thing that breaks the relationship, is if Clarissa can't speak her mind with Papoose, it's going to be something that really hurts the relationship, because even when she's speaking, Papoose kind of gets into a mental, and it really bothers him mentally. So I don't know if he's carrying over stuff where he couldn't control Remy Ma, and now he's trying to control Clarissa. There's some things going on. And I did do spirituality, love and compatibility on Papoose and Remy Ma. But Remy Ma is not for him. I really feel like this relationship with Clarissa and Papoose is past life, twin type of energy. But will it last long? Who knows? Let's get into 2026 about these two. So 2026, Papoose and Clarissa Shields, you will see them more than likely being out, being social a lot more. You're going to see Papoose talking a lot more. He's definitely going to be trying to communicate how things should be going socially, and really trying to make sure that Clarissa understands what he's trying to make happen for this relationship. Clarissa is really taking this in. She's really taking in the structure. She must feel like she really needs it. Even naturally, she feels like she needs that. But then at the lower energy, we're still seeing a power struggle. We're still seeing that this is bothering Clarissa psychologically, which could make Papoose want to um, move on or transition from her. So this relationship is kind of a little going to be a bit rocky on 2026 if they don't know how to hear each other out. Sometimes when you date somebody and this is the same sign, you see a lot of yourself in them, and it could be very difficult to digest, and that could be on both sides. But I do see a great deal of Clarissa wanting to be heard, and if she's not heard, it could cause her psychological problems by 2026. If she's not speaking up for herself, or she feels like she has to downplay who she is